Hi guys! Before we begin, as usual, all the necessary links in the video description, test system details also in the video description, and if there were any questions or if I found any kind of useful information after the video was recorded, it will also be placed in the video description. So the main question is, why this little guy? Why Tanchjim Stargate II? Purely because of Tanchjim Space, of the resolution and clarity that this little guy was able to get out of CS 43131. Two of them actually, because it has balanced output, but it's using the Cirrus Logic chips, and I loved Space, that one. And I really didn't like the Cirrus Logic chips in SMSL DO200 Pro, although there were 12 of them, and on paper the specification looked brilliantly. I didn't like them in the large digital to analog converter, but I loved what Tanchjim did with this little guy. So this time the digital to analog converter is even smaller, and in this tiny build looking like every cheap dongle, we also have a DSP and parametric EQ. Space doesn't have these functionalities, but Stargate 2 does have them built in. So I just needed to touch it to believe that it's a worthy successor for the first Stargate. So the box looks like that. It's actually quite elegant. Here you can take a look at the specification. The digital to analog converter inside is a Cirrus Logic chip. It's 43131, as I've said. It's quite popular in small dongles. It has DSP and 8-band parametric equalizer, and that's an amazing thing, because if the dongle, if the headphone amplifier has the equalizer, it's usually just a regular one. Here we have parametric EQ. So numbers. It will decode anything that you'll throw at it, up to PCM up to 32 bits and 384 kHz, and DSD 256. The signal to noise ratio is pretty impressive at 127 decibels. Dynamic range is also 127 decibels. Output power, it's quite good at 82 milliwatts at 16 ohms, and it it drops down to 75 milliwatts at 52 ohms. It also has ADC, because this one works with headphones that have microphones built in, so it has to have internal analog to digital converter, and this ADC serves anything up to 48 kHz and 24 bits for calls, and it has 84 decibels signal to noise ratio, meaning that your calls with Stargate should be clearer and should be better quality than the ones that you can possibly make with your phone alone. So that's an interesting thing. I've checked that, and it's actually true. It also depends, obviously, on the phone that you're using. My flagship phones were able to achieve the same call clarity, but regular mid-range phones that the rest of my family uses, they weren't able to give me that kind of sound quality for calls that I was able to get with Stargate. So let's get it out here. You've seen the box. It's basically not unboxing video, but I forgot to take it out for the video. So as you can see, it's very small. We can take a look at the chip inside. It has this small window. It has Stargate here, and we have 3.5mm connector on the other end and Tanchjim logo here. These guys are looking like strain reliefs, although I haven't seen them doing any kind of relieving for cable strain. As you can see, it just basically bends like that. So they just look like that, but the cable itself is of quite high quality with thick braiding. this USB dongle, because basically it's the digital analog converter with headphone amplifier, but I would take it as a USB dongle because of the sheer size of it. Actually gets quite warm. When I was using it, you can actually feel that part, this one, which houses probably headphone amplifier, really gets warm. Not hot, but it's definitely not cold. Okay, what else can I tell you about the build? The volume control. The volume control. I was using this and testing it with Neuton player and other Android players that were working in BitPerfect mode, controlling internal amplification, internal gain of this Stargate. And the thing is that I got quite little range, quite low range of usable volume control, meaning that with sensitive headphones this has lots and lots of power to spare. Okay. Sorry, I just had to cough. So moving on to to the most important part of the review, so the sound quality. Let's start as usual with the bass. The bass has very good extension and clarity. It's fast and precise. You can track all the bass lines easily. It also has very good slam in EDM tracks. It's really clear and it doesn't do mid-bass tricks to give an illusion of power. When track has bass, it will give you all the power and slam without being muddy and without bleeding into mids. So the bass here is very clear and it's very fast. I really liked it. The mid-range. The mid-range, again, similar to Space, has a lot of clarity and detail. I would love a hint of warm here, but just a tiny little bit of it. It's not clinical, it's not analytical, it's very neutral, but I think the vocals would benefit from some warmth. They are really good, neutral, but maybe I got spoiled with all the tube gear I had been reviewing recently. And so, moving on to the next part of the review, to the treble. The treble has excellent extension and clarity. It's airy, it's transparent, it's never dry or fatiguing. What Tanchjim is able to get right with 143-131 that SMSL wasn't able to get with 12 of that chips. I have no idea what's the trick here, but SMSL DO 200 Pro uses 12 CS chips, and the sound quality to my ears is worse. It's not as engaging as with this little guy that's using only one. So if you remember my review for Space, these guys are basically very similar. The difference is that this one is able to power your balanced headphones and this one is not, but the overall signature is very similar. So let's move to the detail. And again, take a look at the price tag. It's only $38. It has insane, and I say it seriously, it has insane amount of detail, way above that price tag. And it never gets lost with complicated orchestral passages on choral tracks. So it punches way above the weight class for something so small and for something that fights in USB dongle class. And now, with tons of detail comes imaging. I don't know how about you, but I always try to scale my expectations to the price tags. So I was taken by surprise. I had almost no expectation, and I got nice wide soundstage with depth information. Still, soundstage stayed mostly in my head, but then again, only one or two pairs of headphones that I've tried, one of them being Stax, can get the soundstage out of my head. So it's not a problem with Stargate. It's just the thing that the headphones will create soundstage mostly between your ears. So it's really powerful, and though I loved it in most scenarios, it can be too powerful with sensitive IMs. So it's not exactly a problem. It can be actually a positive thing, because it means it behaves very well with full-sized cans. But with sensitive IMs, for example with Tanchjim Origin, when I was using Neutron Player controlling hardware volume, I was able to use just first 10 steps of the 100 steps scale, meaning that I was able to use only 10% of the available volume with highly sensitive IMs. With my Aria Organic, I was able to use a little over half of the scale, anything between 50 and 75 steps, so 50 or 75% on the scale. So I have to admit it was driving my Aria Stealth and Aria Organic with no problems. I think when you're buying Tanchjim Stargate II, you're getting 85 and maybe up to 90% of Tanchjim Space performance minus balanced headphone output. But overall sound signature is the same, and they have very similar technical capabilities. So if you're in the market for USB-C dongle, something small as that one, do get that guy on your shortlist. This is the second Tanchjim headamp that I'm reviewing, and I like both of them. So Tanchjim guys obviously get something right that resonates well with my ears and my wallet. So thanks for watching this small review. If you already have one, share your experience in the comments. I have both Space and I have both Stargate. I love them both. This is the one that I'm using quite often in the office because it's still small, but it's bigger than this little guy. And this little guy allows me to connect basically all of my headphones to my phone when I'm on the move, and it's like invisible headphone amplifier. So I really liked it the way I liked Space, and the functionality of the DSP and parametric equalizer is pretty amazing. I've covered that in another video review, but you're able to tune the sound not only to your liking, but you're able to use different profiles for the headphones that were created with other users. You're able to share your profile with other users, and the application, the mobile application, has a unique ability for loading the DSP profiles that were tuned for different mobile games. And not only some, I don't know, Chinese games that are not very well known over the world, but also main AA class games that can be played and that you know very well, like Modern Warfare game. So I really like this guy. For the price, it's no-brainer. It's let's say maybe not the cheapest of the USB dongles, because you can actually get one for something like $5. But this is the best USB dongle I've tested so far. It's as small as every other, but it's way more powerful, and most importantly, the sound quality, the clarity and the transparency is on completely different level. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you have one, share your experiences. If you're in the market for something with that kind of size, give it a try. I really like it. Thanks guys, and I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye.